Welcome to Decrypting Mr. Robot. I'm Sadie Guinness, and I'm joined here with Liam Matthews.
Hi, Sadie.
And Tim Surratt.
Hey guys, I'm still stuck in the dark web.
We're going to be breaking down the biggest moments from the season 2 premiere of Mr. Robot. And there's a lot to get into, so let's just jump right in. First off, Mr. Robot and Elliot, they're locked in this huge power struggle right now. What do you think Mr. Robot wants?
Obviously, Mr. Robot wants to be in control. He doesn't want Elliot there at all. But Elliot wants to keep that suppressed, and he's trying to do that by staying completely off the grid, logged off. But he's having a lot of trouble with that.
As long as Elliot's living this loop and trying to stay offline, he can't be with F Society, and it looks like they're kind of falling apart without him. The first time we see Darlene, she's having a mental breakdown in the bathroom, and all the other members are acting like frat bros.
Yeah.
So Tim, what do you think Darlene's next move is?
She's with a bunch of buffoons who just want to cut off the balls of the Wall Street Bull and just want to post selfies. I think she needs to get Elliot back because Elliot is the de facto leader of F Society and they need his guidance and his passion to continue the revolution and squash Evil Corp into the ground.
Well, their ransom play was pretty successful, I thought, where they had the CTO of Evil Corp burn money in Battery Park while Phil Collins played. It conveyed the message, we're still here. Money doesn't matter to us.
Tim, what do you think Mr. Robot's endgame is right now?
He wants to start a revolution, and he can't do it without Elliot. Elliot, on the other hand, he's a little tepid on the revolution, but he definitely doesn't want to be controlled by his dead dad.
What I think is really interesting about this whole dynamic is that Mr. Robot made it so that Elliot was the one who answered the phone when Terrell called. Do you think that was a moment of kindness from Mr. Robot, or was he just messing with Elliot's mind some more?
I definitely think it was giving in to Elliot's request, because that was Elliot's big thing. He was like, I want to know where Terrell is. I want to know where Terrell is. Mr. Robot had no choice but to give Elliot that information because Elliot at one point he said, this is going to make you crazier than me because Elliot was so strong in his loop and keeping that regimen going.
There's also a really tragic moment in the premiere when we saw Gideon get murdered. Liam, what do you think was behind that and what do you think that's setting up for the story moving forward?
I think the guy who killed Gideon wasn't necessarily a lone wolf.
And Tim, you have your own sort of conspiracy about Gideon's death.
Oh yeah. Hey, anytime you piss off Mr. Robot, you're gonna get in trouble. Mr. Robot was definitely threatened by what Gideon had against Elliot. So I think he may have set up Gideon and had him killed.
It's time for another game of Fact or Fantasy. I'm gonna present 3 moments from the season 2 premiere, and you have to decide whether it's real or something in Elliot's imagination.
Okay.
All right, so Liam, Elliot's mom.
He has hallucinated his mother before during that Times Square vision. It's possible she's just a memory, so I'm gonna go fantasy on that one.
What do you think, Tim?
I want to say she's real, but there's a really interesting theory online about how Elliot might be actually in prison or a mental institution, and she's actually a guard, and he's hallucinated this whole delusion to fit what he's doing right now.
Next one, Elliot's new best friend, Leon.
He's definitely fantasy. Like Mr. Robot, we never see Elliot and Leon speak to other characters at the same time.
What do you think, Tim?
I agree. I think he's fantasy. We didn't hear anything about him from season 1, yet he's having meals 3 times a day with Elliot in season 2. I mean, it's only 30 days since the hack. He should have mentioned Leon before somewhere. So I think he's fantasy.
All right, Tim, this one's for all the money. Barack Obama, fact or fantasy?
He better be fact, because I'm not looking forward to the next president we have, so I'm holding on to Barack Obama as long as I can. He's fact. 4 more years.
All right, Liam, what do you think?
I think he is fantasy. He is a combination of clever editing from pre-existing clips and a really good Barack Obama voice impersonator.
All right, so I'm tallying the results, and the winner is Liam!
Hey, smash capitalism.
That's it for this week's Decrypting Mr. Robot. Thank you so much for joining me, and we'll be back next week breaking down even more big moments from episode 2 of Mr. Robot.